hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Tower card. Wow, we've been getting the Tower card a lot recently. I feel like a lot of people in the collective generally over this channel are experiencing a lot of like life-changing sort of moments, events, situations, choices, challenges. And I think you're no exception. I think that your life is, sometimes maybe it feels like it's kind of chaotic. You know, perhaps it feels as if there is no definite course right now for you. There is. Spirit has a plan for you, okay? But this could really feel like it's just kind of this prolonged Tower moment, you know? But I feel like your life is really in the middle of a big transition. Yeah. I feel like you're somebody who, you like change, but you also like routine. Okay? So you like change, but only if it happens fast and you can get back to the routine. In other words, like when something is going to be different, when you're going to do a new thing or start something new, you want it to just be like tomorrow. Everything, I'm going to go buy all the supplies, all the materials, I'm going to incorporate it into my routine, and the very next day, it's going to just be flowing in the routine and the process of it. Yeah. Rather than it kind of happening slowly where it just feels like it's just this big slow motion kind of Tower moment that eventually is going to come settle down and you're going to get back to business, which is maybe what it feels like right now. That's kind of happening in slow motion. Okay. And so I think you're the type of person that will go out, you'll decide that you're going to do something new, life-changing kind of thing, and you'll go and do all the stuff. You'll go and buy all the art supplies. You're going to get the canvas and the paints and the water and the brushes and the smock and whatever else, and everything's going to be ready to go, as quickly as possible, which is a good thing, but it also sort of sets you up for you put in all of this effort to something, but maybe in a few days or a few weeks, it's like, I didn't really want this. You make this big change in your life and you incorporate something into your routine, and then you come to find out that it doesn't really suit you. So perhaps this idea of slowly integrating things into your life is a better way for you to feel it out before you get too deeply involved, right? Anyway, let's check in with the rest of your energy here. Oh, a 9 of Cups. Well, I think this is something that you really are going to love. This is very happy energy here. High Priestess. And the Emperor card. Yeah, so it is that sort of decision that you've chosen to take your life in a particular direction. You've sort of brought about this big change Tower event, and it is something that you really, really love. It's something that's going to improve every area of your life. And you just kind of want it to hurry up and settle and get into a routine here. You want to hurry up and make it a part of your life, And yeah, there's more of that fire energy, a 10 of Wands. We've got the 8 of Wands. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's a very distinct feeling of kind of wanting to hurry up and implement something, so then it just becomes part of life, and it's like the anxiety calms down. Does that make sense to you? I don't know how else to explain that, but I feel it very strongly in your energy right now. Let's do the rest of the cards on the path of the Serpent. 7 of Pentacles, the Hermit, 9 of Pentacles, and to that 6 of Cups. Very, very nice. The 6 of Cups is kind of, to me, talking about how this particular change, this, I don't know if it's a work thing, a creative thing, if it's like you're trying to like kind of learn a new skill. It's kind of like you want to learn guitar and make playing guitar part of your life. But it takes time to learn, right? And there's a lot of changes that take place and a lot of things that kind of have to happen in order for that to become a sort of habitual thing. I mean, they say habits take, 60 or 90 days to really solidify a new habit. Well, we have the 6 and the 9 here, so maybe it's either one of those. But the 6 of Cups is kind of that perfect day. Like you want that day to arrive where you've done everything and the anxiety of it is over and it's now just a part of your life and everything is just perfect, right? But I feel that it's kind of happening in slow motion here and you're wanting things to hurry up along, okay? I'm getting the impression from Spirit that the right teammate is important for you right now. You may not be looking at anything as being a team effort, but there's some kind of other association or connection that you need to make that'll help you to implement this and get this thing going. I don't know what it is, a work thing, creative thing, if it's a family thing, a romantic thing maybe. There's somebody else that's very important in this with you, right? They've got the Hermit in the environment here. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. And we're just going to put it down right over here. And we're going to put Jimbo the Lizard King, a.k.a. Mr. Lizard, right there on top of that. And we're not going to look at it till the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put that hunch down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. Let's make it interactive. It'll be fun. Okay. Let's take a look around the room. We've got some major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana energies. And I think they tell a significant story too. That, on this quest for you with this high priestess to really emerge from your cocoon, to really become who you're meant to be, right? To allow your sort of spiritual nature, allow your true self to come forth in your life. I think you are making some very big decisions. You're taking it upon yourself to kind of to disrupt your life and bring about some very important changes. And those changes need to be they need to encourage you to connect with other people. That Hermit in the environment's kind of bugging me, right? Because it kind of feels as if it's sort of taking you away from other people. It's bringing you into yourself more, which is a good thing, but it also is kind of showing that we need connections too. Okay, and so I think there is that kind of teammate energy that you need. There is that thing. And you know what, Cancer, I feel like you're somebody that had to grow up very quickly, right? Because I feel that the Emperor here in the background position is you having to take responsibility at a very early age. It could be that you didn't have much guidance when you were young. All right, I don't know if it's family thing, if it's parents, if it's just whatever. But I feel like you kind of had to step up and make your own decisions and make your own wrong decisions. If we don't have guidance, then we're kind of forced to reinvent the wheel ourselves. And we go through a lot of bad wheels before we find the right one, which 6 of Cups is that wheel, right? So I feel like you've had to go through a lot of sort of bad decisions, not bad decisions, but challenging things, right? You had to learn things the hard way in your life, it feels like, okay? But what does that bring you but an increase in self-knowledge? I think you're really tapped into spirit here. This, underneath everything, to have this high priestess is the widening psychic aperture. It's the dawning of the spiritual light in your life. And I feel like it is something that is kind of slowly opening up. And that divine light is shining. It's slowly filling up every part of your body until you're just going to be this self-luminous spiritual being, right? And maybe that's the thing that we want it to hurry up, that enlightenment. right? That dawning of the spiritual consciousness, that attainment of enlightenment, right? And I want it now. I want it to be part of my life so I don't have to worry about it and I can keep doing what I'm doing, you know? There's the realization, I think, coming that enlightenment is an ongoing lifetime process. It's not just a one and done. It's not just a tower moment and then I'm enlightened. All right. It's an enlightening. It's a constant work, really, to keep ourselves open to that divine light, because that divine light's always going to show us a new problem area. Because every moment in life, every human moment, is a seed of karma. Okay? So just as that light is filling us and we're untangling knots of karma, we're creating new karma by that very act. So it's an ongoing process. The light is always kind of filling us and noticing something new that we have to work on. Okay, so we look at this Tower card and think we just want this to be a one and done sort of event. This is a punctuation of life. This is an exclamation point in life. But really, it's a longer process. This might be something in your life now that is very abrupt. It's very life-changing. It's very significant, going from over here to over here. It's like a complete 180, right? But it's part of a larger process of transformation or of enlightening. All right. And what we're really doing in the same vein, the Nine of Cups, is an ongoing process of bliss, of happiness. It's a nine. It's a verb, right? It's a function. It's the way of life. It's not just attaining happiness and, okay, fine, I'm happy finally, and I can move on. It's an ongoing lifetime thing, filling up these cups, right? Filling up these cups is following your bliss, pursuing your happiness. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming, the happiness that keeps on happening, the life that keeps on lifing. Yeah. And so we have to realize that it's an ongoing thing and not just a one and done, right? But this is really great. Spirit's saying that a lot of areas of your life are seeing a vast improvement right now. That you're going through this period of enlightening, and things are getting bigger and better and brighter and more shiny and more luminous. And it's physical, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative, super abundance coming your way. It's the best reading ever, right? Super abundance. And we want it all. We want it right now, you know? Let's allow it to unfold naturally, knowing that we're going to have these punctuations of tower moments that are going to be big levels up, big, really noticeable events, big things that you're going to remember, right? And it's part of that larger picture. Now, Spirit is saying that your financial situation is improving. There's something about a school. I don't know what the educational thing is for you, but maybe there's some kind of big improvement or big accomplishment or achievement happening for you on the educational front. Also, in terms of health, whatever the health issues that you've been dealing with, they don't feel very serious, but I feel that they're sort of in the process of improving, of getting better. Okay, now I'm not a doctor or anything, but that's what I'm kind of receiving here. The Ten of Wands up at the top here, it's kind of, it's talking about the need for a partnership too. Because the 10, look, I mean, it looks like a 2, right? It looks like 2 people against the world, right? It feels like there is this need for an equal partner. There's a need for this kind of a team thing, not a codependence, but an interdependence, right? This is allowing someone else in your life to kind of share the load, you know? Spirit's telling me that you got caught stealing and stuff as a kid, right? That you were a bit of a troublemaker when you were young. Yeah, that's the impression that I'm getting. You got into a little bit of trouble, nothing serious, but little things, you know. And we don't want a partnership that's going to sort of set us back, or that's going to devolve some of this energy that we're building and creating, and this life that we're trying to see manifest. You got to have the right kind of teammate, the right kind of partner. So we need some discernment here. We don't have any air energy, so it's not a mental discernment. It is more about trusting in this intuition with this high priestess, trusting in this widening psychic aperture. The more spiritual work you do, the more it is going to bleed out into the rest of your life. The spiritual work and your outer kind of human life are not mutually exclusive. They are intertwined, indefinitely, inseparably, right? So the more spiritual work you do, the more it is going to lead you down the right paths in your human life. Okay, so I feel that you're going to find the right teammate. You're going to find the right partner that's going to help you to implement and build this kind of life. Maybe this is career stuff. Maybe it's talking about at work or at the job. Maybe this is a family thing, a romantic thing. Maybe it's a creative collaboration, anything like that, right? Or maybe all of these areas or different people in different areas. But it's the idea here that you don't have to do everything yourself. That you don't need to isolate and sequester yourself. And I know it almost feels better when you're doing things alone. And maybe there's a certain type of freedom in that, a certain absence of self-consciousness. Maybe there's a feeling of strength and independence that comes with doing everything yourself or doing this work kind of by yourself. But I think it's a big step in your spiritual development to begin to share that work with other people and allow some sort of collaboration into your life. All right. Spirit is saying that there was some kind of a delay going on, and that's why we've got a little bit of this anxiety. You're waiting for something. I don't know if there's some news or some letter or some information that's supposed to be coming your way. We don't see it here. There's no swords cards, right? So I feel like you're kind of waiting for the news that you don't have. You're waiting for the bit of information. Maybe there's a piece of the puzzle. Maybe there's some deeper wisdom or something that is just like you're waiting to figure something out before you can move forward. There's a little bit of anxiety here. Okay. There's this anxiety, and I feel like this is kind of, again, it's that energy that like you have this great idea of something that you want in life, so you go out that very day, you buy all the supplies. You go really hard on things. If you say, I'm going to take up hockey, right? You go out, you buy the stick, you buy the gloves, you buy the pants, the skates, you buy all the stuff, all the equipment, and then you go outside into the ice, whatever, I don't know, maybe roller hockey. You go out into the world and you're ready to do this, and I feel like you want that. You want that experience of already kind of being there and doing it and having it be a kind of normal part of your life. It doesn't quite work that way, right? And so it could be that we really want that tower. We just want to snap our fingers, and suddenly now we're in this sort of new energy. But we're forgetting that there's a lot of work that needs to go into that to get us to that point. And that's why sort of that slow and steady energy is what we need right now. Okay. So I feel that there is a little bit of anxiety, but the way forward here, I think, right? If we're looking for what does the Eight of Wands really show us in terms of the future? How is this the key to the future? This sort of quick-moving energy. It could be realizing that there's a lot that you could be doing right now, because with the Eight of Wands, sometimes I feel like I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. I kind of got the jazz hands. I'm tap dancing on the shag carpet. Why are you doing that, right? There's plenty of stuff around here for you to do. You got this anxious energy, and you're like tapping on the table, you're fidgeting and stuff. There's plenty to do, So I think that this is kind of an energy that says, really, the way that you can do this is by doing it, by making yourself useful, even if it's kind of occupying yourself with something that's not related to this. Having some sort of outlet for your anxious energy, whatever it might be, right? I feel like there's a lot of little things that you could be doing to prepare the way for this really big life change. Okay, there's little things that you can sort of get ready, or just like little things on your to-do list that will occupy you, will give you an outlet for some of this energy, but are also very productive. Because we see that coming next here with the 9 of Pentacles. Now we're going to move over to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. All right. The 9 of Pentacles and, of course, the 7 of Pentacles. You don't like feeling unproductive, right? So it's kind of like, I don't have time to waste. I want this big change, and I want it now because, time is short, life is short. There's a lot more things that we want to do. We want to make this progress. And so the worst thing for you, this 9 of Pentacles in the position of the obstacle is for you to continue doing something for which you don't see the results. Because right now, this is kind of like, it looks like nothing's happening. We want something, we want it now. When there's only slow, gradual progress, it doesn't look like the trees are growing. When you're sitting there watching the grass grow, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. Your grass is broken. It's not moving, right? Come back a week, I guarantee it'll look different, right? Mowing like every other day here. But in that moment, in that haste, in that anxious energy, we're looking for something, we're waiting for it. It's like, come on, do something. And it's not. So it looks like something is stagnant, but it's just because it's almost like you're moving too fast, that everything else seems like it's not moving at all. You think about like I don't know if this is true, but I always think of like ants, right? They're so small, they're ant-sized, My daughter's gotten into that habit where she wants to, she think the smallest thing she can think of, and she think, is it elephant size or is it ant size? You think of an ant, and its perception of life, right? And we think ants are going super fast, but they're just going normal. That's just their normal speed, right? To them, it's normal. To them, we are going so slow. If you think of an elephant, maybe they see an elephant, they don't even perceive that the elephant is moving at all, right? In that kind of, I don't know if that really, maybe some physicist out there can tell me if this is true or not, or I don't know who to ask this question, maybe Reddit. If an ant would perceive some giant creature like an elephant or something as being stationary, just as we, by kind of, to extrapolate, we see an ant as kind of being like super speed, or like a fly or something, right? As kind of being like super speedy. And anyway, that's kind of what I'm feeling in your energy right now, that you're sort of moving so fast that it looks like this situation that you're in is stagnant, but it's really not. It's moving at a normal speed. You're just going too fast in your mind and in this sort of anxious anticipation, right? So back to the idea of the Hermit card and the need for reaching out. You've been reaching in. You've been finding your light. You've been tapping into your intuition. Now, we know that the High Priestess represents the full moon. The moon, of course, is the planet that rules the sign of Cancer. So it's really, you're really coming into your own energy now. And I feel that whenever we have this sort of spiritual awakening, it almost feels as if you're operating at a different pace than the rest of the world. That you're going at light speed, and the rest of the world is still kind of on, horse and carriage kind of energy, But with the Hermit card, there is the need for you to be yourself out in the world. There's a need for you to kind of take this awakening, take this enlightenment, take this big change that you're implementing into your life, and go out and just be that person out in the world and interact with other people. It's kind of like take off the cloak, reveal who you truly are, and go out and make make new friends, make new acquaintances, go have new experiences, socialize, come out of your shell, come out of your laboratory, come out of your art studio or filming studio, and go interact with the world. With confidence, with light, with your luminous energy. I feel like the Hermit is this a tendency that Cancers typically have to kind of I feel like other people look at you as being kind of secretive. That you're not sharing, you're not telling everybody about yourself, or like you're just keeping things hidden. You're hiding your light away a little bit. Well, it's because it's so precious to you, right? And it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you don't feel that other people really care. Like they got their own stuff going on. This is something that's for you, right? And that's true, but there's also a lot of joy to be had in the interactions, okay? And we see that with the Six of Cups too. There is an indication that you need a little bit more intimacy or interaction in your life. Okay? And maybe that'll take your mind off some of the bigger things by just going out and connecting with people, with strangers, just, by starting a conversation with someone at the grocery store, or when you go and get that cup of coffee in the morning, to start a conversation with the person behind the counter. Try it. Maybe we need a little homework this week, and maybe we should all, at least one time in the next 3 days, be the first person to speak. If you meet eyes with somebody who's walking the other way, don't wait for them to say hi. You be the one. Yeah. Reach your energy out of yourself and connect with somebody else. That's what the Six of Cups is really about. It's about having those connections and realizing that the human beings, that life itself, light, spirit, all of it, we're an interconnected web of these strands of light. And we're all sort of connected with everybody else, with everything else. Life is just this vast network, a vast web, right? Sometimes we forget that. And sometimes in our haste, in our human experience, we've got to remind ourselves of that. We get so focused on what we're doing that we forget that you're connected with every other living essence. Consciousness is one vast web. And it pays off to do that. It's not just frivolous homework. It's not just homework just for homework. There's a point to it. And you'll see what that point is when you start to do that a little bit more. And maybe do it once or twice. Maybe do it a couple more times. See how it feels, right? See what kind of experience it brings to your life, what kind of feeling it evokes in you. Yeah. This Six of Cups is a blessed energy. This is the happiest day of your life, right? And this doesn't have to be one specific day. This could be every day. Yet every day we're doing something that says, today was a damn good day. Yeah, even if there's still that tendency to be really anxious about this situation or this change or the implementation of something in your life, about everything going on. It's those moments where you can slow down and connect with the person behind the counter, connect with your neighbor or whoever. Be the first one to say hi. You're in a bookstore. Start a conversation. So those moments we can slow down and we can connect with something takes us out of that anxious jazz hands kind of energy. No one likes that. I'm already sweaty just from being in that energy. So by slowing down and connecting with people around you, I think it takes our mind, takes our energy off those big things, brings us back to kind of a very essential part of life. Yeah. Let's not forget about the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is abundance on every plane. Okay? With this sort of fire energy, there's a lot of fire here. This is enough fire to make anybody anxious. And all of that fire, are we missing any of these cups? Or are there some of these cups that need to be filled a little bit more? Well, that's what we're doing here with the Six of Cups. Okay? I think everything in your life is improving. Let's not forget about the connection, the intimacy. And everything, I'm not saying intimacy as in, you got to really get with somebody. The intimacy that is just that one-on-one connection, like meeting eyes with somebody and just having an exchange of words. good morning, and then pass, good morning, and that's it. It could be that simple, right? That to me is a kind of like spiritual intimacy, where it's just like, it's life, it's consciousness recognizing consciousness. You know? It's like you're recognizing, you're acknowledging yourself in every other person. You're greeting everybody like in that sort of connected way. I don't know how to describe it, but let's look at the mystery card. I'm kind of babbling now, I guess. Mystery card, Chariot. We maybe need some air energy. Maybe we need that sort of conversational air energy here. Maybe a Six of Swords would be real nice. Put your prediction in the comments. Here we go. The Queen of Swords. Okay. Okay. This is, I feel like this is you kind of getting out of your anxiety and doing something you wouldn't usually do. I don't feel like you're the one that usually says the first word when you see somebody on the street. You sort of wait for somebody to talk to you and then you say, I'm okay, how are you? Yeah. I think that this is the challenge for you, is to sort of be the first one to initiate a connection with somebody, even if it's literally just saying hi, hi. That's it. You never see them again. That's okay. But it's done from a place of that water energy, right? Queen of Swords, water of air. Yeah. Being led to sort of, to initiate communication, because there is that inner love, that inner sort of feeling of abundance, of connectedness, that inner joy, you know? And this kind of reveals the purpose of all of that, because the more you do that, the more you initiate conversation, the better you're going to feel. Even if it's just, hi, hi. By the end of the day, you're going to be smiling, okay? Anyway, let's do the extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Cancer, Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.